Hello and welcome to this video. My name is Kiro and today we're going to be playing some Hytale. Now if you don't know what Hytale is, it is like if Terraria and Minecraft had a child. As you can see, my character looks a bit Minecraft-ish and there's blocks here in the background. Alright, we're going to be playing hardcore, so let's just create a world. Let's call it hardcore, like so. And make sure that we drop everything on death. So you can actually set how much you want to drop when you die. Set 0% if you want to drop nothing, but we're just going to press drop all. Apply settings and create world. Amazing. So this game has been created by the developers behind Hypixel, the Minecraft server, and the reason they built this is I believe they wanted to add more mods to Minecraft, but it simply wasn't possible. That is why they made this game, and it is quite nice. So, you should know, this game is in beta, so of course there's gonna be some bugs and stuff like that, because of course the game isn't fully out yet. Alright, perfect, we join the world, and we join in this sort of dungeon stuff. First, let's just turn off this candle and grab that, because we might need that later. And then we need some rubble. We need rubble for all of our early tools. So we want to get some rubble, sticks, and plant fiber early. Perfect, there's sticks here on the ground, and we get a lot more sticks from the ground here than we do from destroying bushes, which I'm going to show you in a minute. Alright, perfect. 46 sticks, that should be enough early. And plant fiber, we get that destroying these bushes like so. Perfect. Alright. That should be enough, 10 plant fibers. Perfect. Now we're gonna need some rubble. Let's see if we can't find that down here by the lake. There often is, or not lake, a river. Perfect. Stone rubble here, and also down here in the water. And let's just grab some more. And we're also gonna need this for some arrows later. So early game, just pick up as many sticks, rubble, and plant fiber as you can, because they are very, very useful. Right, perfect. Let's create some tools. We have a sword, a pickaxe, and a hatchet for now. But let's, as I can see over here, there is a ton of rubble. And to be honest, I'm just gonna pick that up because we're gonna need that later. Because we need a bow as fast as possible. Because mobs deal quite a lot of damage in this game compared to Minecraft and stuff like that. Let's just take this rubble right here. Right, perfect. And a crafting table, we need stone and some logs. Just mine some stone right here. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And you should know that it says any stone. So for example, if I mine this, right here we're gonna get a mossy cobblestone. It's exactly as good as a normal cobblestone. Perfect. Alright, let's just get over here to these trees. And chop these down. And just like in Terraria, the entire tree falls down, which is absolutely amazing. Perfect. And let's create this workbench right here. And press it down like so. Perfect. Short bow. And let's just create some arrows because we're going to be needing quite a lot of those for later. And we can also upgrade our workbench later, as you can see over here. But we're going to need, of course, we're going to need some copper, some iron, and some linen scraps. Of course, we're going to need to find those first. Perfect. Alright, let's explore some more. And there is also a map. Just press M. And here we need to find the Forgotten Temple. Perfect, let's go that way. Because there is something where you can record memories and then you can get some chests or unlock gifts later. As you can see, there are these skeletons behind that tree right over there. Those are on quite different difficulty levels. These right here in the plains, zone 1, are quite easy. So we're not even going to bother with him right now. Because firstly, we just need to get over this temple. But I'm going to pick up some berries along the way. Because if we lose health, the way to get health in this game, just as in Minecraft, is we need to eat. We don't have an eating bar, but we have a health bar. So as you can see, if I hover here, it says health region 1. So simply we just have to eat to gain some health, alright? There's foxes as well, and it would look like a settlement over there. I wonder if that's a friendly one. We're gonna check that out a bit later. But firstly, always just go to the temple, because of course we're gonna need to record those memories. Right, amazing. How else? Do we have any other structures close? No, but we do have a skeleton. And you can block using right click, and so can the enemies. So just note that the more difficult an enemy is, the more often they're likely to block. So always be careful. And blocking uses stamina, as you can see right here. So be careful. And enemies can also break your blocking, meaning you can't block for a while, which is quite broken later. So always be wary of that. And also, if you lose stamina, sometimes it's that you get it back faster by eating. You used to do that with berries, but they removed that because, to be honest, it was quite OP. Alright, let's continue. And we're just gonna pick up some sticks and rubble as we go along, because we're definitely gonna need especially sticks later in the game. Let's continue here. And we have some chickens as well. Let's just kill those. And they look quite much cooler here than they do in Minecraft. Because we're also gonna need some of that light hide, which we can turn into leather and a sleeping bag as well. For our spawn points. Perfect. And it is this way. I feel like I'm running around it. Alright, perfect. Here it is. Pick up some rubble. And get into this temple gateway. Right, perfect. Let's just run inside here. And also be careful, because there's quite often wolves and other mobs around this, which are a bit more difficult to kill in the early game. Alright, let's continue down here. Oh, a bucket, nice. Let's grab that. An apple as well. Let's continue down here. Always just grab the stuff you find cool. That guy right there, we don't want to piss him off because he deals a ton of damage. But there are these chests around the gateway which are quite nice to open, because they usually have some quite decent loot. Let's just mine this right here and run around. This guy has a spin attack where he spins around like a Beyblade and it hurts like hell. You can run just by him into this temple here, gateway. Perfect. As you can see, now we've joined the Forgotten Temple. Perfect. And you can see we have these quebecs right here, and they are friendly, and this entire zone here is friendly. And it's like it's gonna be a trading central later, but currently it is also quite a lot under development. And you can see that down here, because we have this one-eyed dude here. As you can see, it's under development. And then we have this quebec over here, which we can trade with life essence of life it's called. And we get that by harvesting stuff like wild berries and carrots and stuff like that. Now, when I press discover memories, we can see right here what kind of memories we can get. Livestock, critter, predator, boy taken, twerk, reptile, stuff like that. So let me just find an animal. As you can see, we found a quebec sapling and seedling. And there are birds up here as well, or deer over here. As you can see down, we discovered some deer, and then we can run way back here and we can unlock those memories. What it's called, let's see here, yes, record memories. And then we can go and see, so avian, for example, we have duck right here. So it's really quite simple. Just sometimes after you play this for maybe say an hour or two, after you've discovered quite a lot of new stuff, it's worth to run in here again, because you can unlock some chests and some gifts when you've unlocked those memories, and later they become quite broken, the gifts that you can receive. Get some rubble here. Can't even collect that in here. Interesting. Alright, and let's make sure we don't get killed by that guy. We don't wanna, because he deals a ton of damage and he can kill you quite easily. And of course we lose everything when we die, and we don't want to die this early. Alright, perfect. Now let me just open the map to see if there's anything interesting close. Let's see if we can't find a settlement or a... That right there looks quite interesting. Alright, let's just go down that way. That is a settlement, and hopefully it's just a skeleton settlement. That's gonna be quite easy to kill, because of course we do have a bow and a ton of arrows. Alright, as you can see down here, we have a bear chasing some pigs. This is actually quite interesting. The bears chase, or the wolves chase, some prey, so the predators actually act like normal in this game, which I find quite cool. Right. Do we see a skeleton over there? Minnow, what the hell is a minnow? Right. Continue, and where was that? I put a marker down this way. Let's just kill this guy. Maybe he can drop us his sword. They sometimes do. And it is a bit better than this stone sword right here. Didn't. But we need bone fragments and linen scraps, especially if we want to upgrade our crafting table later. Right, let's get some berries as well. You can never have enough food in this game. I really can't highlight that enough. Right, let's continue down here. See, do we spot an image? Yes, of course. We see that guy right there. I can aim, that would be quite a lot nicer. He has a mace, it looks like. Yeah, it's definitely just a skeleton stronghold. Perfect. He dropped us a scrap sword, which is a bit better than what we currently have. Just gonna use that instead. And here we have some of the wolves I talked about earlier. And they most often roam in pairs, and they're a bit harder to kill here early. So we're just gonna damage them at a distance first, because that makes it quite a lot easier later. As you can see, I'm also charging up my Q down here in the right corner, which is a special ability. And boom. With the bow here, I fire 3 arrows. And as you can see, I can also just block And have quite a lot better knockback on this than the other sword. Perfect. Raw wild meat and some medium hide. Absolutely perfect. Let's run here and see if they got the goods. Alright. It would not appear so off the bat that they have anything great. There's an archer there. And he's dead as well. Usually they actually drop quite a lot of arrows, but maybe they patched that. Small chest. A crude mace. Damn, this hits so slowly. Hopefully it deals a lot of damage. Some berries, log, essence of life, and bone. Perfect. Now, what is that over here? Let's see if this is friendly. It looks like it's those Quebecs, but of course I can't be sure. Yes, it is the Quebecs. Let's see if there isn't any traders here which we can trade with. Perfect. And we don't even have any essence of life, so we can't really trade anything right now. And they have these small, cute little warriors. Do they have any chests? Yes, they do. Cooked meat, lettuce, plant fiber, and hide. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Let's actually see if they have more chests in the other trees as well. They might do, actually. Perfect. Copper ore, great. Wild meat. Sap. Nah, we don't need that right now. We can just cut down some more trees. It's not really that important at the moment. It is mainly used for torches. Look at this here. Health regen and stamina boost is better on a skewer. Yes, this is better food. And some seeds, iron ore, and stuff like that. Alright, we're actually getting quite a stacked inventory already, so we actually might need to build a base soon. But we don't want to build it here in Zone 1 because quite fast we're gonna just get tired of being having to run so far anywhere else. Let's just see. I would like a desert or a snow biome if I can. Well, then we've gone the wrong direction. Downwards instead, where I am right there. And past this mountain. Gotta go down there, and there are also some strongholds, like not strongholds, but quite bigger structures. Alright, perfect. Let me just remove the spawn point right there, and just point downwards. Perfect. Now let's run down here, just straight south, and hopefully we can also find some good loot along the way. Alright, cool. It looks like we found some ore here, as you can see, and another house. So the great thing is ores here are quite much easier to find compared to Minecraft, because it protrudes like this stone, and if they're slow lighting they actually shine, which makes it quite a lot easier to spot when you're down in a mine. Let's see if we can find something cool here. The skeleton stronghold again. Just beat this guy, and also these down here. It's quite easy early to beat these skeletons, especially also because of course I got dropped this sword. Perfect. Now maybe there's a chest in here. It would not appear so. Let's break these for maybe there's something stuff in here. There's apple and arrows. Those are apples. Upwards. Nope. Would not appear so. Maybe up here. Still not looking too great for this loot. But there's a chest right here. Lettuce seed. So to be honest, not the greatest of stuff. Hopefully there is over here. But something that is very, very nice about this game is it quite fast gets quite a lot better, the loot here. So the loot here in Zone 1, it's quite dog shit compared to later in the game. And just arrows, a rusty shield, don't mind if I do. Alright, perfect. Can we go further up? Up here we can. If we can grab that, never mind, we can't. Alright, let's just continue downwards here again. Sometimes I also have a chest down here in the water. It would appear so, but I don't know if I'm being cheated. Perfect, there is. And let's just grab everything we can. Nothing more. Perfect. And we can climb up these ropes, which is quite nice. So let's just break some stone here. And jump off. Perfect. And we were running south correctly. Yep. Gotta go south all the way down here to the desert. Oh, and this is very, very nice because there is amazing loot over here. So if you build a base right around here, actually would be perfect. So let's just continue down there. Because we of course need wood because it is an easy material to get a lot of because the trees fall down so quickly. And we want to get great metals quite fast. And of course that just makes it a lot easier. If we have this, I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called the Barren Lands or something like that. And there is quite a lot more difficult beasts over there. Perfect copper as well. We're gonna need a lot of copper actually. So just a tip, whenever you're playing this, whenever you get by copper and iron, just mine it because you're gonna need a lot more than you think. Because in order to use something called thorium and cobalt later, you need to upgrade your stuff, and you only get that by having a lot of copper and iron. So whenever you can get some, please just mine it because it is gonna save you a bunch of headaches later in the game. Perfect. Let's just get it as well, and we can also just use this to upgrade our own pickaxe, of course, because this stone pickaxe is quite poor and they get quite a lot better quite fast. Right here we have a house. Any enemies in here? Not up here, so a chest. Perfect. Anything else that we can grab? There's a mine track here. I have never seen this house. Oh, a furnace. Maybe we should actually just cook some of our copper, I think. Turn on. Perfect. I think we actually might just do this because then we can just upgrade our stuff quite fast. This is a very nice mine shaft right here. This is a bad place to start a home. Not sure it is a bad place because we're relatively close here. Should we just build this better? Let's just explore this a bit. And that weird sounds that come sometimes, that is when the oven has cooked an item. Do I like the look of this? Maybe I do actually. No, we want to build our own. Let's just use this here to make our smelt some metals and then move on. And let's put this crafting table down. Like so. And then we need to create a blacksmith table here because that is what we need to create some better weapons. Perfect. I'll place you right there. A copper sword, we don't need that at the moment. Like a bow here, so let's craft a copper bow. Perfect. Do I have any chests on me? No, I don't, but I should be able to. I don't have enough logs, of course I don't have enough logs. Well, let's just... Do we have any iron ore on me? Nope, I do not. Where the hell did my copper go? Did I take everything out? I guess I must have. Let's just make this iron then, and we're just gonna use this redwood right here. And let's just chop some of this down, hopefully. It drops everything above it. Of course it didn't. Because this burns out quite quickly. So let's put this beam in, and I'll just grab some of this right here to put in the furnace. Just breaking my own home a bit. Wait, are there two furnaces here? There are two furnaces here! Holy shit, they're bugged on top of each other. I did not even realize that. So the top one is iron and the lower one here is copper. And we even gave charcoal when we burn wood. Oh, they're beside each other. Or am I losing my mind here? This looks so weird. That's definitely a bug. That is quite interesting, to be honest. Let me just go grab some more wood here to smelt our iron and our copper. That looks like it fell down. It did. Damn, that's not good. Did that also fall down? It did. Damn. Maybe I just need to go and find an entire tree because that goes quite a lot faster than this shit. Alright, let's just go all the way over here. And you can see those discoveries appear all the time. The fuck, this looks crazy as well. Because of course, whenever we discover a new creature or mob, we see them. Ash log, and let's get in some more ash logs. This guy right here. We can smelt. What is that? That looks like a rat thing. And we have some more copper down there. Let's go kill the guy. What the hell is he? A goblin scrapper. Well, he's gonna be a dead goblin scrapper in a minute. Damn. It's weak as shit. Perfect. We got some more copper here. Nice. Even more copper ore. So we can get some better tools as well. Oh, he has like a little base down here. Damn, they deal no damage at all. What the hell, there is even more. Oh, they attack very fast. But they don't deal a lot of damage. That's interesting. That's good. And let's just eat some food so we can gain some more HP. And let's just... Where did he go? Oh, he died. That's actually quite interesting as well in this game. Mobs can die from, let's say, lava or just a prickly bush, which is like, you know, thorns like this as well. They can just die from that, which is quite interesting. Let's see if he dropped anything cool, because it looked like he had like bombs on his back or something. Yes, he did. Bomb. I've never had a bomb in this game before. Let's see. Looks like just a grenade. I was hoping it would destroy some of the blocks, but it would appear it doesn't. Deal. 10. Then but I guess it's AoE. But I guess then single target my bows would be better. This is very, very dark, it would seem. Let's see if they don't have any chests. Or am I running the opposite way now? Damn, why can't I get up there? Perfect. Oh, I missed this. I hope to climb up here. Yes, we can. Goblin chest. Oh, let's go silver ore. And a short bow, we don't even need that. And is there a chest over there as well? It would appear so. But what's that? Is that leather? What is this? Let me just remove something I don't need. Screw sword, we don't need. And roof. That. Let me mine this as well. I could use some more light. Let me just bring my candle. Damn. Alright. Let's just jump up here. And that's a great thing about this compared to Minecraft is when we have a candle or a torch in our hand, we actually gain light. Perfect. And what is in here? Silver ingot, silver ore. What do we want instead of fuck this marble here? And perfect. Is there anything else? Maybe a chest? Where else down here? Is that a chest as well? No, it wasn't. Cool. Now we just gotta get up. I wonder which... That would be this way right here. Perfect. What an adventure. We just came to get wood and we actually discovered some goblins. I actually haven't seen that many goblins before. Interesting. Let me just eat some meat. It's always a great idea to make sure you have your maximum HP. Perfect. It's so weird that there are 2 furnaces bugged in this house. I have never seen that before. It fucks with my mind like crazy. Alright, let's just continue in here. Don't want to fall down there because it's fall damage. Just for small falls, you take basically no damage compared to Minecraft, but the longer falls, it's like it gets more and more and more and more. Right, so we'll turn you on there and... Alright, I guess there was no more iron in that one over there. But then we can just put some silver in. We can just... And put in... I don't know what the actual ratio is for fire to these. It already burned out. So very, very, very bad, I guess. And yep, and we can fully keep this turned on. And what else? So let's just put in some 2 logs should be enough. Silver, great. Can we even make silver swords? I wonder. No, we can't even. I wonder what silver's actually. Alright, let's see. What don't we need because we're gonna continue downwards because we want to build a base down here. So first let's grab this workbench and this right here. This means let's just throw away some lavender. We don't need lavender. Furnace. Don't mind if I do. Right. We would like this second furnace for free as well. So this mossy cobblestone and moss. We don't want that. Was that everything we needed? It would appear so. Perfect. And let's just continue downwards because you're gonna see the island very, very soon. I can even see the shadows in the water right there. Right there, the islands begin to show. This one right here. As you can see, there's magma and stuff like that. Also already see some mobs over here, it would look like. Perfect. Let's just continue towards the beach here. And where do we want it? That was a snake. Eat shit, snake. Venom sack, we actually kind of want that for later. What don't we want? Marble brick beam, we don't care about that. Let's continue. Maybe we should... Do we want to build our base there, or should we make like a village on a rock? I think so. Let's make the beach rock kingdom. I think we should make. That's gonna be dope as hell. Alright, so let's just get up here. Find this here. So we should actually make a stairway relatively soon, I think, because otherwise it's gonna be a pain in the ass to get up here. And mine upwards as well. If I mine this, I can just jump right up and grab it. Perfect. Nice. Alright, this looks quite nice. Well, it doesn't right now, but it's gonna be very nice in the future. Let's just make it all flat so we can put down our stuff. And we can see this old port stuff thing that's over there. And we have the mountains up there, that's usually great ores. We have the desert over there for better mobs, and we have insane resources over here, but we're only gonna need those a bit later. But it's just nice that they're close. Right, perfect. Let's just make it a bit wider with these cobblestones here, just to make sure that we can actually place our stuff, because of course we need a lot of crafting tables. If you haven't played Hytale before, you need like 5 or 8, no, it's more like 8 crafting tables to craft everything. So we need quite a lot of space. Where did it go? Do I want to use this? I can be forced to, I guess. Alright, perfect. Then we have our furnace. Didn't I pick up 2 furnaces, or am I tripping? I guess not. I guess I did. Maybe that's because it was bugged. Blacksmith, the crafting table itself, there. Right? See what else do we need currently. What should we create? But the farmer's workbench, because of course we can't really farm on this rock here, but we're gonna set up a farm down there somewhere. And we need this sleeping bag as well. Sleeping bag, and we're just gonna place it there. Confirm, and we can sleep in 28 minutes. Can we craft a chest? Yes, we can. Craft chest. Great. And we're just gonna place that on this ledge right here. Stack everything. So we need just our resources and the stuff we're gonna cook. That would seem it right now. And then we should make this one, but we don't have any rubble. Damn. Sometimes you can break certain stones actually to get rubble, but it wouldn't appear that there are any of these on this rock. Maybe this right here. Yes, exactly. Exactly what I needed. And we can craft this campfire right here to cook some of our meat. And we're just gonna use sticks here and turn on. And hopefully we can sleep now in 4 minutes. And the time is quite fast in this game, so we can simply just jump around for a bit. And then we can go to sleep in 1 minute. And let's just wait in this sack right here perfectly. Now we are sleeping. So that was the first day. I'm actually quite satisfied with how much we got. And something that's quite fun as well is this moon. It looks so goddamn dumb. Perfect. Alright, now I think we should cook all of our metals. Turn on, and we're just gonna use the sticks. Perfect, and the next thing I want to do is I want to create a bridge over there. And I want to build like a staircase down from here. But we are gonna need that shit over there first. So let's just jump over here. Because I do think I want to build this bridge out of wood, because I think that would look the best. Alright, so let's just... There's more snakes here, of course, because why wouldn't there be? Chop his ass down. Perfect. Or maybe we should actually wait on building and just explore some more. Yes, I think we should actually just explore a bit more. Just go over to the desert here to see if we can't find any more enemy villages or stuff like that, and find some great loot. Exactly. But I, of course, have a relatively full inventory already, so I guess we're just gonna have to make do with this space we got. I'm gonna eat right now, and sometimes I do like to eat before I fight am up, because then I heal during the fight. For example, this saber-toothed tiger right here. I wanna fight that guy. So if he attacks me during the fight, I know I'm gonna regenerate some of the HP, of course. And as you can see right there in the left corner, it just broke my shield, which means I can't block currently. Luckily, the knockback on this sword is actually quite good, so of course that saved me a bit. Desolate Basin, and as you can see right over there, it would seem we have what looked like a mansion of sorts. But interestingly enough, I do think this is in the grass world, which means the loot is going to be poorer, but with goblins, it's not even skeletons. That loot in the is quite great. What are you? Hey, no, alright, it was actually skeletons, the green color just full. There is quite a lot of skeletons here. Copper, lovely. Just grab that. Let's just kill some of the archers here, because they're gonna be a bigger pain in the ass than these down here. I have an archer over there as well. And I don't think headshots deal more, but to be honest, I'm just getting used to doing headshots. Because if they add it later, I would rather be used to doing headshots. Right, we're down here, and let's eat to make sure that our regen is always active. Right, we have any chests down here? It would not appear so. Damn, he knocked me down, that goddamn skeleton. Yes, and it would seem now I have triggered quite a few. And now I've triggered even more. Can I get out this way? Hopefully we can. Because, damn, I have... As you can see now he's blocking, but I can't even block myself. So I need to play with the knockback. Like so. Perfect. Damn. I need to eat some more because I of course need food. So I do think there is relatively decent loot in here compared to what we have currently. Hopefully I can find maybe some armor. That would be a dream scenario. So if I can just get my spell here, the Q, which is quite nice against many mobs up close. But whenever you change away from a weapon, you lose all your progression on the Q. It is bad to just switch away, like there when he was close, but of course he had so little HP, I might as well just... That sounds like a spider. And he should also be dead. Of course if I can hit him. Talking about hitting headshots only, then I can't even hit him standing still. What the hell is this? Oh, this is like a cave spider. They steal quite a lot more than the black spiders we've seen elsewhere, so be careful of the white spiders. They deal quite a lot more damage. Now, is there anything interesting here? It would not appear so. Usually the loot is higher up than, of course, rather than lower down, because this means you have to fight more enemies to get to it. So let's just explore. What is it? That's chair as well. Arrows. This was where we started, I believe. But I don't think we got a proper chance to check out this house right here. So, oh, well, that was just one. Maybe there really isn't any more loot. Let's just run over here and see if they have anything great over here. Wouldn't appear so at the first glance, but maybe we can just build up a bit and they have better loot up here. Any chests up here? It would not appear so either. Damn. What? Surprised by that. Let's get down to that spider then. And hopefully not die. So I think I'm just gonna shoot it from up here actually, to be honest. And hopefully these summon more spiders. Damn, of course I do need to break more of these because they're currently blocking my shots, because of course it is still in beta, so there is a bit of some bugs like that. Oh, I can't even shoot him up here because of that. I'll just mine it so I can build up straight up in case I get absolutely pummeled by that guy down there. What is the block I have the most of? That'd be this redwood here. Do I need some more? I think I just grab some dirt actually, just in case I need to build up. I think it's gonna be great to just have just a bit of dirt, or in case to block him. Perfect. And again, I'm gonna eat right now because in case I lose HP during the fight, it's great to just start regenerating health already. Now I can hit him. Great. And because he can't see me, he can't even aggro. I have that guy over there as well, but he is protected by an invisible barrier, it would seem. Let's go down here. Don't like this spider sound around me. As you can see there, my Q dealt a ton of damage, and it was quite nice. Alright, we have ancient chest. Great loot over here. Oh, I lost HP because of the poison, of course. I just thought I was being attacked. Is there anything else down here? I hope there is. Otherwise I'm gonna be quite disappointed again by this. And venom sacks, we're also gonna need those later. Poisonous water? No, it's not. Really? That was it? Or is there anything behind this here? I can't even see that. There isn't. Damn. How disappointing. I was sure there's gonna be great loot down here. But all we got was some copper. Oh, there's a chest there as well. Skewer and some... Was that a silver or a silver ingot? I have so much silver, but I actually don't even know what it's for yet. And there was a spider right there as well. It would appear. Alright, see you later, spider dude. Perfect. Alright, now I think we're gonna need to chop some wood down. Because we need to build that bridge. And I need to gain some armor so we can go on a proper adventure. Let's just mine this as well. I hope it's oak logs, because there is quite a lot of different trees relatively close to each other in this game compared to Minecraft. So let's just mine this, and hopefully it will fall relatively soon. I actually know if everything needs to be mined, or there can just be one left, it will appear one can be left. Oh, that is a ton of oak logs. That is quite nice. Yep, this bridge is gonna be built in no time. And a stack in this game is 104 blocks instead of the 64 like in Minecraft. You can have a ton on you. Can I have any more on me? It would not appear so, but I of course can just throw away the iron bar. I don't need that. Sticks, I can throw away some red cap mushrooms. I don't need that either. Sticks are just great, as well as plant fiber, but I got room for that. Amazing. Perfect. Now let's just go ahead. There's a wasp up there. I hate those wasps. They are absolutely broken like shit early, because they can shoot venom at you and they deal a ton of damage. And they take virtually no knockback because they're flying. So let's build a bridge to the Kingdom of Solitude, or whatever we are gonna call it. I think Kingdom of Solitude sounds pretty fucking cool. Let's just call it that for now, but if you have any better ideas, please leave them in the comment section below. And we can just agree on, for now, it's Kingdom of Solitude, and then we can just improve on it later, if you think that sounds too goddamn cringe. Emeralds. Or what is that? Nothing, I guess. It looked like emeralds. Alright, now I have played this game before for maybe like 2, maybe 3 hours, so I know a bit of it, but of course I don't know everything about the game, so some of this currently isn't new for me, but we're gonna learn some stuff as we go along, definitely. Now where do I want this to land? On the island. I think this is just fine. Perfect. And let's just go up here. Nice. Let's build some more. And we need stone. Well, that ain't a problem, because we are living on a kingdom of stone. So let's just... But of course we do need to put it in the inventory, so that we actually... Quick stack like that is quite nice as well. We can actually just put some sticks in here in this furnace. And smelt some stuff. Turn on. We have any ores here? Nope, we don't. Yes, we did actually. So we have a ton of copper on us. That is absolutely amazing. Now let's mine some stone. Alright, perfect. Now we have a ton of workbenches, and I do think we're gonna be making some armor immediately. And I think we're just gonna make copper armor and make some iron tools. So what we need here, we have plant fiber and copper ingot. So let's just create this copper cuirass, whatever that is. Never heard that before. And maybe some greaves as well. Perfect. Craft that. Now we have some proper armor. Perfect. And now for the tools. Let's make a iron sword. Or should we make something else? What is cooler? Should we make daggers? Let's play this like a roguelike actually. Ooh, maybe a bow instead. Right, that needs 6 and we need 4 for that. Right, so we can craft both. Let's play this bit like a rogue, so let's take daggers and bows as our primaries. Craft, and we need light leather for basically everything with iron in it. Perfect. That is my 3rd bow we're already on, and this looks cool as hell. And their special is quite nice, as you can see. Charge that and jump into the water. Every weapon has a special charge like that. Of course the bow, that is simply just like so. But every weapon has that. And something you should notice, you can't really attack enemies with pickaxes and axes, like stuff, which are used for like building and chopping down trees and stuff like that. Perfect, let's get back to the fortress, the Kingdom of Solitude, not the Fortress of Solitude. That is Batman, I believe. Right, and we have also made a very important workbench that many people forget. That is the chef's stove, because these are amazing and they are much, much better. Perfect. Alright, that was the first episode of Hytale Hardcore. So if you want to see more videos like this, please leave the comments in the comment section below what you want to see me do in Hytale and what you think I can improve on. If you have any other feedback, I would really appreciate that. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.